because I got to leave.
One year down and we're still here, bringing news with a laugh and a little cheer. Katty, Konnie, and Loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Hello. Hello.
Right, Royal Apple, we just can't make this stuff up.
Nope, we can't. And we're going to share this with you. There's an active shooter going right now in New York. So I wanted to share that with everybody right now. And then we'll go into, sorry, echo. Sorry.
Okay,
Anyway.
while Connie's doing that, I didn't have a chance to run to the restroom. So I'm going to run to the restroom while she pulls that up.
Is that it's broad daylight, and apparently nobody in this moment noticed that this man was walking with an AR-15. And the picture, it is absolutely clear.
Yeah, you can really see it. Hold on, the air with the mod.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, my colleague, Matt, let's hop back in here. Just go ahead, leave that back there. That's right. We're all helping each other out here, okay? This is breaking news. We haven't been experiencing anything like this in quite some time. So now, you were here when all of this went down. You're just on your way home from work.
I was going home. I was going to Grand Central to catch my train to go home. I had my headphones on, and I tell you, I won't wear my headphones again because I saw a rush of people coming past me. A lot of people. It didn't look like just normal 1 or 2 people walking by me.
Right.
It was a rush of people, and I took my headphones out, and somebody said gunshots. And then I didn't hear anything. And then so I started walking back to check it out. And then somebody said gunshots, shooter, active shooter. And then I saw cops going into the Bank of America building on the side entrance with the guns drawn. And then that's when I just kind of backed up and just see what was going on. Then a bunch of people started running out of that building. And then that's when I saw 4 police officers bringing out another individual that was in a uniform that looked injured. They were carrying him out.
Okay, all right. So the gentleman that carried out was wearing some type of a uniform, but again, we don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it
what
was,
his job.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a security guard or if it was a police officer. It was wearing a blue uniform, and they're carrying him by his arms and his legs out of the rushing out of the building.
And the thing of it is too, because we are in the news business, where whenever anything like this happens, we just don't walk by it. Matt stops, of course, and he starts taking video of the different things that he had seen. And you posted that video of showing it was multiple police officers with their guns drawn at the door. And then you saw the SWAT team showing up.
And I saw the SWAT team later on. I saw the SWAT team going in. The police presence became much more.
This is live right now, guys.
Police officers, lots of sirens, ambulance.
Hi, Sweatsy.
That you see right
Royal
here.
Apple.
Matt works for Fox.
Anybody else I missed?
Some of our colleagues here from some of the other TV stations thinking that Matt is just somebody else who's walking along the street here who saw something, so they wanted to try to do an interview with him. So, which is understandable. So now, then you overheard people talking, some witnesses. What you hear?
We were there. I was there with my camera, kind of recording as much as I could. I did speak to an individual that was closer to the church, where there's a lot of people that kind of sit there and wait for, I think it's food donations or they're there.
Right.
And they said that a woman said that she saw
it's live
somebody
right
with an
now.
AR-15 going into the building. And then so that confirms what Arthur Chen said in the photograph, confirms what that eyewitness saw, that there was somebody walking the building with AR-15 in sneakers. Just going right into the building.
And once again, I'm looking at that video that our colleague Peter Fassini from a law enforcement source, and it is the picture of the alleged suspect. And again, walking, I mean, it's really stunning to me.
Yeah.
Walking and broad, after everything that we do in this business, it's still shocking to me when I see something like this.
Especially
But it's broad daylight.
Yeah, especially across that esplanade, which is wide open.
I got
You
them,
wonder if he
Spudsy.
had to
Thank
get
you
out of
so
the car.
much.
Oh, yeah, how did he get there? He obviously did not walk down the street with an AR-15 all the way the entire way. So you just don't know where he came from, if he got out of a vehicle or what. Because I didn't see anything that looked like that, and nobody was reacting until people just started.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys an update of exactly what's going on here while you're watching. What has happened is an active shooter entered a Park Avenue office building that houses on Blackstone and the NFL headquarters. The building is located between East 51st and East 52nd Street in Midtown Manhattan. The gunman was allegedly armed with an assault rifle and reportedly wore body armor. At least 2 people were shot, including 1 New York PD officer and 1 civilian. Both are in critical condition. Authorities believe the shooter may have barricaded himself, possibly around the 32nd floor, while emergency crews have been dispatched to the 44th floor. The New York PD and emergency management have issued a shelter-in-place lockdown surrounding areas and warning of traffic delays, street closures, and subway disruptions. Avoid the area around Park Avenue between 51st and 52nd Street. Follow local news and local channels, NYPD, Fire Department, New York City emergency alerts for real-time updates. Comply with all shelters-in-place orders. All right.
Why didn't he just go in Times
Sunglasses,
Square?
navy
I mean,
jacket,
right?
black jeans,
just as
and
busy.
sneakers.
Where
Right.
he's at?
Did they think, okay,
Park Avenue?
hold
Come on.
Right.
Confirm.
Linda, the
Okay, all
police
right.
were in there for a while.
That's
They're-
not far from Trump Tower either, I don't think.
Oh, sorry, cops are coming through here. I gotta move. Get over to the other side.
What's amazing, it was the NFL headquarters.
You got to get over. Just get over. Okay, we got an NYPD vehicle coming down.
Trying to
50th
come
Street here.
down.
We don't know if they're parking there to keep us at distance. That might be the situation now, because all of the police officers that are out here, they're dealing with, no, it looks like he's backing up to park. The situation that they're dealing with, not only do they have to keep the area contained where the active shooter went into the building, but they have to keep pedestrians safe. And New York City is one of those areas where, and it happens to us all the time, and we see it all the time being in the news business, that you could be 2 blocks from here, could be a major explosion going on, and you have no idea that anything is even happening because you're 2 blocks away. And unless you come into that street or that area where it's happening, you still don't realize. So that's what police are dealing with. They're having to push back.
There's too
literally
much of this going on right now.
Hundreds
Way
of
too
people
much. Way too
walking
much.
along the sidewalk.
It's popping off way too much.
52nd, 53rd,
Everywhere,
between
too.
Lexington and Park and Madison, because they have to keep the public away. So, and they keep pushing back the media, which they just did. And now, let me try and see what's going on here. But there's people some officers getting out of the truck here. I'm sorry, I'm on the phone. What's up? On
Yeah,
air.
Royal
Okay,
Apple for
all right.
sure.
It,
So we're
it
gonna
kind of
stop here
feels
for
like
now.
a
Okay,
distraction,
hold on just a
Apple,
second.
but I
have to
kind of
call into
wonder,
the station. They're gonna
are
take
they
us
not being
live
told
on
to
the
do
air
it?
right now.
Is
Give
this
me
not,
30 seconds.
I mean, they got the green flag
Tune in
about
to
a month
Fox
ago.
5 News. Also stay here, but you can watch both at the same time. Okay, so just give me a moment. Again, I'm Linda Schmidt, Fox 5 News. I'm here with Gus Batista. He's my cameraman. My colleague, Matt Onimus, who was on his way home from work, saw all of this happening. So he's been filling us in. Give us about 30 seconds and we'll be back with you live on air.
Right, that is just some of the coverage there from Fox 5 New York. We will definitely be keeping an eye on their coverage. Thanks to Linda Schmidt there on the scene that continue the updates. A really, really fluid situation that is happening right now in Midtown Manhattan. And we are continuing to bring you these images that are playing out on this Monday evening, just past 7:30 in New York City.
Okay, well, we'll sit here and watch this. If we see something happening, then I'll put on the volume real quick. But
Right.
I mean, okay, so we've got this actively going right now, and it's really funny because I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, and there was one massive shooting in Reno, Nevada, at a casino yesterday. Around 7:25 local time, a male assailant opened fired in a valet area at the Grand Sierra Resort, Reno's largest casino hotel. The suspect, whose name has not been released, was shot by responding police officers within minutes and taken into custody. He was hospitalized in critical condition, and there is currently no ongoing public threat. All right. So
I bet you Muhammad is somewhere in his name.
I don't know. I don't
First,
know.
middle, or last name.
Well, they did get the red flag. I mean, I don't want to I don't want to be racist about it, but I mean, it just, they got the red flag. Everybody said it. They said they've got the green flag to go ahead and start causing havoc.
Yeah.
And how many shootings had we had before? All of a sudden, now we've got 4
Every day.
every day. We had the one at Walmart, the stabbing at Walmart. Now we had the casino shooting yesterday. Now we've got this in New York City. We had that couple that got shot for unknown reasons in their home. The day before that, I was going to bring that up, but I forgot.
There was a mass shooting in Atlanta earlier today.
See, they got the green light. They got the green light. Without putting a name on it, we can put a group to it. It's probably Hamas or Hezbollah.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I hate to be like that, but it's got to be something on that order.
It's got to be.
And you know what? If you look at the places that this is going to, if you followed all of the immigrants that were coming in, going to New York, going to New York, going to New York, going to New York, going to Reno, it's all of these big cities. And where's this happening at? Big cities.
There's something that went down in Miami too.
Oh, did that happen today too, Royal Apple? Opening the TV, a guy did shooting here in the Bay Area on Second Freeway.
Well, they arrested a pilot in San Francisco too.
All this is popping off way too quick.
When they landed,
way too quick.
Well, as soon as they landed, they arrested the co-pilot.
And this guy has it. And the amazing thing with this guy right here is he was armed to the teeth with a vest on.
Yeah, he had on his hardware.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's just insane.
Who needs bombs anymore? I mean,
they're just being flat. I mean, okay, and then we can go into, how about this one while we're waiting for something to happen? Let me read this top news here for you. You're not going to believe it. So, let me get up here to the top. A mysterious interstellar object named 31 Atlantis was detected on July 1st, 2025, entering our solar system at over 130,000 miles per hour. It has been estimated to be as large as 12 to 15 miles across, much larger than Manhattan. It's not a small vessel. Some scientists, include Harvard Avi Loeb, have proposed that 31 Atlantis might represent an alien surveillance probe, citing its unusual trajectory and proximity to planets like Venus, Mars, and Jupiter.
Yes, Sputsy. That was a Walmart up in Traverse City, Michigan. And there was a CPL gun holder that apprehended the person and got him. 42 years old.
So they're saying don't go to Walmart anymore. There's now, where can you go? Where can you go now that's safe? This guy is at the NFL headquarters. Was he a disgruntled guy that didn't get on the team?
And how did he get in a building? How did he get in a building? Don't those buildings have security?
Most of them are locked, I thought.
That's what I thought. But then again, Trump's wasn't either. You can go in there and see the lobby and stuff. So I don't know. But this is not far from Trump.
This is true. This is true. People are popping off and they're going crazy. And it's happening. Let's see what this guy's saying here.
So, they want to make sure that everyone's back far enough. And just as you had mentioned, what if there is an explosive device somewhere on the street? So they want to clear that street along with that building simultaneously to make sure that the outer and inner perimeter is secure, not only for the shooter, but a potential device that maybe had planted before the shooting.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, Jamie, thanks so much for coming on here on Live.
Did you ever in your lifetime think we would be hearing this on the news?
No.
In America, in New York?
No.
We appreciate it.
No.
Thank you, Mike.
All right,
No.
we are staying on this right now. I do want to take you now back out to the coverage from Fox 5 in New York. Let's listen right now.
So the guy in Reno,
When
the casino in Reno,
this is Matt
was taken down.
You were on your way home from work.
This guy's still at
In your
large.
own words, what did you see?
Yeah, I was walking home to Grand Central to catch the train to go home, and I had my headphones on, which I won't do ever again because there was just a flood of people running past me, more than just one or two. It was just a ton of people. And I turned around and somebody said, shooter, gunshots. And so I didn't hear anything. I took my headphones out. I started walking back towards, because I saw some people were kind of walking back towards 51st. And so when I walked back there, I saw police officers with the gun drawn. I called Fox 5, I called the newsroom. I let them know there's something going on. And then I just started recording on my phone, seeing officers going into the side entrance of Bank of America with gun drawns. A few minutes later, a bunch of people come running out, people that look like they worked in the building. Then there were 4 officers that were carrying, which I thought was another officer. It could have been a security guard or another person in a uniform. It looked like they were injured because they were carrying them out by their hands and their feet across the Esplanade to another police car or ambulance that was waiting.
Okay, and then also you were talking to some of the people who were around here even prior to you arriving.
So I wonder if they're thinking.
What did they say?
Yeah, the bunch of people that were
It's
sitting by
just
the church said that one witness said
Is there just
that he was
one?
talking to a woman who saw somebody with an AR-15 going into
And
the
that's what
building.
I find really hard to
That's what
believe,
they heard,
that all of
gunfire.
these shootings and
I
stabbings and
heard,
all of this other stuff,
gunshots,
it's always just one
not so much
person.
rapid fire like an
Right.
AR-15,
Just
but
one.
I heard like a pop-pop.
Right? That it's only just one?
Support that.
Mhm.
But,
It could be a lot more than one.
Talking police they want us to move further back. So hold on.
Yeah, see, keep moving back further. They don't know if the building isn't wired.
They
Right.
want us to get as far back from Park Avenue.
Park Avenue.
Because this incident that happened just around the block from where we are right now. So we have to keep walking to the location where they want us to stop.
Look at that
My
bird
guess
wants
is
to be on
they're taking
camera.
us to Lexington.
Look at me.
Because this is Park Avenue right here behind us. Now we're going to Lex, which is further away from where this happened. And they're doing this for our own security as well. This is where they're pushing, and they have been pushing back the general public. Anybody walking by up and down these side streets. On 50th, obviously on 51st, because that's where this incident happened.
51st and Park Avenue.
And they had the area cordoned off from Lexington.
A lot of money in that area. Look at the
to
buildings.
Park,
Right?
just where we just were, and then 1 block beyond that to Madison. So they're getting us down here. Okay, great. Thank you. Gated. Stay safe. So, and the police are escorting us, and they want us to be on the other side of Lexington. So away from
Wow, they're really quarantining off that area, aren't they?
They are, and they don't want anyone driving in that area either.
What it is that the
First time I've ever seen New York streets this time of night empty.
You saw
Right?
someone walk in with an AR-15
Oh, look, they're
into
starting
the
to run.
side entrance, and then heard automatic gunfire, and that's what they told me.
All right, so now we are at Lexington and 50th Street. Did you guys want us to keep talking, or do you need me to wrap, or what do you want to do?
Come here.
I'm sorry. What? Okay, all right. So for right now, Natasha, I'm going to toss it back to you. They keep pushing us further and further away from the scene.
All right, Linda
Natasha,
Schmidt.
I'm going back to you.
Linda, thank you very much. All right, we want to go to Kendall Green right now with the very latest. Kendall, what can you tell us?
Apparently nothing.
No, she turned it off and said, "I'm pushing it back to you."
All right, looks like we're having some issues with Kendall's setup there. Want to recap
She
really
said
quickly
she was
what
pushing
Matt
it back
Anonymous
to
was
you.
saying, as sources told him. So he was out there on the scene. He said that someone saw him walk in with an AR-15 gun. Witnesses say that they heard pops. What we know confirmed is at least 2 people have been shot at a Manhattan office building. In that area, there's Bank of America, a number of banks, too, a very, very heavy police presence in that office building in Midtown Manhattan. We do have Kendall Green now with the very latest. Kendall, if you can hear us, where are you and what can you tell us?
Hey, what's going on, Natasha? We're here along 54th and Park Avenue. The building in the middle of the scene is right there near 943 Park Avenue, not too far away from us. And they've been pushing us back for quite some time as well since we've gotten here. And we talked to a bunch of witnesses who told us they heard some of those shots ring out. And they also heard warnings coming from other citizens that there was a shooter inside that building. And I have some of those witnesses right here. I'm going to be joined by one of the individuals who was inside pretty close by. Talk to me about what you saw, what you heard. Just tell me about it.
I was city biking home from work today from downtown, and I pulled up and I saw, 3 or 4 cops, going in with guns. I saw a car, black, BMW parked.
How can people be that calm?
Like, the shooter.
That's what I was thinking.
5 minutes later, 2 people
He's
get
like-
dragged out by.
And
Not sure if it was the shooter or civilians, but I saw 2 people, immediately put in an ambulance. Couldn't tell if they were alive or dead, but yeah, it's pretty scary.
You said that
But you don't seem pretty scared.
Yeah, it looked at first like it was robbery, and then they, transitioned into I believe that's the Blackstone building. And then,
No, he's still in there.
Really went in, and then, 5 minutes later, a couple hundred cops and, first responders showed up, and, two people came out, in the hands of the law enforcement. I'm not sure if they were alive or dead, but it looked like, they looked kind of dead to me.
And to see this type of response here along Park Avenue, a bunch of businesses, including where you work as well. I mean, the surprise about it.
Yeah, sorry, say that again.
To see this type of response here along Park Avenue, I mean, nobody could imagine.
Yeah, people are running out of there.
I've been living here for 7, 8 years, and I've never witnessed something like this. Very sad, and I hope everyone's okay. And shout out to the the police and first responders responders for, showing up within, minutes.
Everywhere, Royal Apple.
To the situation. So I hope everyone's okay. Yeah.
Thank you for talking.
Yeah. So
There's other witnesses here, folks here in this area who are evacuated. They've been here for a while. And we're going to bring a couple more in. Just what did you see earlier when you got here? Just talk to me about it.
So my office has an exit on 52nd and Park, so I was just leaving to go home, and I go east, and we were on the block, saw just a few cop cars, a few machine guns like running around, and then out of nowhere they started pushing us down to 53rd because they realized that the shooter was in the 30th window and we were in the shooting zone. And then, cops and ambulances have just been coming like crazy.
So was he planning on doing like the Las Vegas shooter at the concert?
Trying to wait. Originally,
It sounds like he was planning on getting in a window and just started.
51st and 52nd,
Yeah.
they started coming like right away, saying "get back, get back." Then you started hearing and seeing cop cars coming from all different directions, the ambulances shutting down the roads, and then we've just progressively been like shut down more and more. And when we asked a police officer, they did confirm there was an active shooter, as if we didn't already know, but they haven't given us any other details. We're
Then why'd
finding
you
out
ask
from
the
the
police
news more
officer
than we
if
are
you
the
already
police
knew?
officers at this point.
Obviously, it's definitely a situation here. We spoke with another individual who also saw that was evacuated as well. We'll give you the latest on that. In just
And he's
a minute.
still active.
Yeah,
I'm
Kendall,
sorry,
witnesses
New
there painting a
Yorkers
really
are
terrifying
crazy because
scene,
I would be
talking
finding
about a
my way
shooter
home
perhaps on the 30th
I would be
floor
getting my
with
butt
police
home
officers running with
and
machine
sitting
guns.
my
I know
butt
that
on the
officers are
couch.
pushing
and
a lot of
locking
our
my
reporters
door.
around this perimeter. As
Exactly.
you can see behind you, still a very active scene. Maybe you can tell us about what's in that area in terms of the building. So I've heard Bank of America, potentially a Blackstone building as well. Any idea of
And
the
the
different
headquarters to
businesses
the
that are in
NFL.
that building?
Particularly, I can't tell you the particular buildings that's the businesses specifically, but Blackstone, I believe, owns 943 Park, 349 Park, and I believe Bank of America is housed within that building
Right.
as well. So all of the different buildings, not specific. I can't give you specifics on it. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. So you're on Park Avenue near 52nd. Where are we seeing, and I think right now we're looking at Skyfox video too from one of the vehicles here. Again, just you're joining us right now. We know that 2 people have been shot at a Midtown Manhattan office building. This is 52nd between Park and Lexington Avenue. We've been hearing a lot of witness accounts there on the scene with a number of our reporters in that area. Please avoid
He's
it
still
because, as you can
active.
see, it's still a very heavy police presence. We've heard that people saying that they heard gunshots. They saw someone walking in with an AR-15 gun. We do know that at least 2 people have been shot. Our Kendall Green is on the scene, as well as Linda Schmidt. They're just being moved around in that very, very active scene. Again, a massive police presence. We're hearing a lot of information coming in, drips and drabs. At least 2 people, again, have been shot. This is out on 52nd and Park Avenue.
This
Wondering
is
if we can go to any of our
crazy.
reporters there on the scene and
Right
see if we
after
can get
the
a
Reno
little bit more
Casino
witness
and
accounts.
the
Okay, we don't have any
Walmart
reporters,
in
but what
Michigan
we have been
and
hearing
the
is that
Atlanta,
it's
and
been
now
a
we got this
very
going live.
scary situation.
Oh,
Again,
we
just to
had
paint a picture of where
horrible
this is.
flooding
Yeah,
right
this is
at dinner
Manhattan,
time.
a very
Rush
busy
hour
area
traffic.
in terms of there's
That's
an
crazy.
MTA station, subway station
And
right
then
there,
Apple
53rd
said
and
they had
Lexington.
one
You have
on
a
the
number
freeway
of
in
corporate
San
businesses
Francisco.
there. This all unfolding in the middle of rush hour and people getting out of their offices. So let's get back to Kendall Green, who is on the scene. Kendall, looks like you've got a witness there.
He doesn't look too
Right,
scared, does he?
You were evacuated from the building right across the street. You were watching from a corner building. When you saw everything unfolding, talk to me about what happened. What'd you see?
Well, I work across the street here at 399 Park, which is 2 blocks away from where the shooting occurred, and it was pretty scary from a perspective of this is where we work every day, and there's an active shooter 2 blocks away. So, yeah, it was pretty scary for a solid 30-40 minutes.
And the amount of businesses that are on this strip, how many different businesses are right there where you are?
There's hundreds of very high-end financial firms, hedge funds, law firms that were all working at 5, 6 p.m.
Wow.
When there was an active shooter on Park Avenue here. So a scary time for a lot of us.
And when you guys were getting evacuated, they were telling you you were in some type of zone or a shooting zone, or were you were in danger. What did the authorities tell you?
Well, they were telling us not to evacuate. They were telling us to shelter in place and to get away from the windows because they didn't know where the shooter was.
Jeez, Donna,
Very
really?
scary, yes.
Yeah. Well, he was there inside the building that was evacuated right across, and he was told to shelter in place because that active shooting was going on. So, definitely shaking up people here in this area, Natasha.
Yeah. All right, Kendall, thank you so much. And look at this. We just got a picture in of the suspect. In his hand, looks like that is an AR-15, or at least a assault rifle. Very scary.
Look, it's in the middle of the daytime. Just walking around. Nobody pays any attention to that.
On Park Avenue, Midtown Manhattan, and this is a picture now we're getting of that suspect. Two people have been shot.
Park Avenue.
Heard from
is it open carry
in
that area?
2 blocks away from where this active shooter scene was
going
down. He said that he was evacuated for 30 to 45 minutes. Also hearing some reports that people had to shelter in place. So while this is all unfolding, really towards the end of the workday for a lot of people in that area, and so many businesses in that one building too, high-end hedge funds, law firms, banks, again. So
no one questioned
quite an active scene. A lot of police in that area,
Hey, dude,
understandably
what are you
so. It's a very active
What do you
scene,
got that
52nd between Park and
Right.
Lexington Avenue. Let's go back to Linda Schmidt, who, when we last checked in with her, she was being moved due to that active scene. So, Linda, any new updates of what you can share with us? I know you're with Matt Onimus right now, who was walking by when he heard some of this scene unfold.
That's right. He actually shot some of the video that you guys have probably been showing on the air and also streaming. We are located right now. We're at Lexington and 50th, where this happened, and they pushed us back. Where this happened is 1 block that way, 51st, and about halfway up the block. And it was one of the side entrances to the building. Now, Matt, who works with us, we've worked with each other for more than 20 years. He was on his way home from work. And so, Matt, I want you to describe how many people got to see what you got to see. Talk to me about it.
Yeah. I was walking home, going to Grand Central to take the train home, and about 6:20, and all of a sudden I had headphones on, and all of a sudden just a rush of people were running past me, and more so than just a couple of people. So I took my headphones off, and somebody said gunshots, shooting, and I turned back and I saw some people. It quieted down for a second, and some people were walking back towards 51st Street. So I started walking back to check it out. I saw officers with their guns drawn. I immediately called Fox 5 and talked to our news director and said there's something going on. And then I just got my phone out and I started shooting video of just the officers around the Bank of America building, about to go in, just hiding behind trees and the planters that were there.
Right.
And then they ended up going into the side entrance, and then a few minutes later, people started coming out. People that looked like they worked in the building running out, and then 4 officers came out, and they were carrying what looked like to me another officer that looked injured. That they're carrying him by arms and legs.
It's happening too much.
Carrying him to an ambulance or to another police
Too
car.
much and too soon. I mean,
and
every
it
day
went
it's
on for a
1,
while
2
because
things.
The police had their guns drawn
3
for a long
things.
time.
That's
and
it.
Nobody knew what to do, so people were just still milling about 51st Street. I did hear a few gunshots, and then officers started flooding the area and go back, and that's where we are right now. Is more than ambulance and officers just started coming into the area.
And now you and I have seen, because one of our colleagues was able to get a picture of the suspect. There's 2 pictures of him, and he looks like a guy. It looks like he's about late 30s, early 40s. He's wearing dark sunglasses. He's got black curly hair. He looks to be he's dressed like a hip guy, and he's wearing a blazer, a collared shirt that's either white or light blue, jeans and sneakers, and he is carrying what has been told to us is an AR-15. Carrying it like this. Now, I don't know if you can see, And now an AR-15 would go from like
No one
here on
questioned
me
that.
up to about here. In broad daylight,
Yeah.
walking down Park Avenue,
Yeah.
and going through an esplanade that is normally a very busy area at that time of night because people are on their way home from work, and you're in Midtown, lots of financial
Wow.
industries here along Park Avenue. Walking with purpose, and you can see the intenseness on his face. He was on his way to do something, and you get the same feel looking at those pictures.
I mean, that area was wide open too. So walking with an AR-15 down Park Avenue, you wonder if he got out of a car right there or how far he was walking. It was a big, wide open area, and there's nobody else around him. And you can see from that security photo,
wow.
It's just him. And it does look like an AR-15 rifle. And when I was taking videos, I talked to one eyewitness that said that he spoke to a woman that was sitting right there. She saw somebody walk in with an AR-15, and she heard automatic fire. And that's what she told this.
Okay, now the building that we're talking about
Nobody
is right
picked
around the
up
block
the
from where
phone
we
and
are.
dialed
Two of the
911.
primary businesses that are in that building, the NFL, which it was reported that they told their employees to shelter in place when all of this was happening, and also Blackstone, a financial company. Again, this is along Park Avenue here in Midtown. Lots of financial companies here. They're not just down on Wall Street. They are here as well. Nobody knows at this point who this person is, who the suspect is, but it is being reported that he killed himself on the 33rd floor. So he went in to do something. We don't know what floor that he did that on, but we are hearing that the moment that he entered the building that he started firing. That's what we are hearing. But again, so much of this information, this is breaking news that's just started happening around 10 after 6 tonight. So this information can change as the night progresses. What we do know is that there is a suspect. He has killed himself, and multiple people were shot. Now, I just want to take a look here real quickly at what they were saying here.
Oh, that was new, that he killed himself.
Associated Press reporting at least 2 people. The AP is reporting at least 2 people, including a New York City police officer, have been shot in a Manhattan office building. That a person familiar with the matter tells the Associated Press. We don't know the conditions of any of these people at this particular time. But you come and go. This is your route that you take every day to work. So you're not really thinking. You got your earphones on, like so many people today, even on the subway, not paying attention because it's just how we live our lives now. And then this happened. So, tell me more about how you're feeling about it.
I'll tell you, I won't wear the headphones.
And that's
where it kind of muffles the
unacceptable
sound
what she just said. This
again,
is how
because
we
you
live
have
our
to be-
lives
You have
now.
to be alert when
It's
you're walking down the street
unacceptable.
because you just don't know what's going to happen.
This isn't the
And thank
new
goodness
norm.
I saw a rush of people because
It
who knows
shouldn't
what
be
could have
the new
happened
norm. You should
if
be
I was,
watching what everything
left
that's going
work
on around
a little bit later,
Right.
and I was right there when the gunman was walking by. It seems that I
It's
was lucky
for a
enough to walk
gun-free
past
zone.
the area before the gunman came past
And
me.
here's this
So
man
it's
carrying
just luck on my part, but
Yeah.
making
certainly with
47
the
that's
headphones on, I
almost
wouldn't have known
half
what
his
was
size,
All right, Matt.
and
Thanks so much. I
nobody
appreciate it. Okay, we'll toss it back to you.
thought to
All right,
call
Linda, just a terrifying
911.
ordeal unfolding there in Midtown Manhattan. We do want to let you know that
Apparently
NYPD
not.
commissioner has said that this scene is contained. The shooter has been neutralized. Have to leave
That's
the
the
special
one thing
report there.
I'm
Thank
not
you so much for
liking about
joining
this
us.
is why people aren't calling
Thanks so much to
911.
Fox 5 New York for their coverage. We want to stay.
Okay, so they're saying he's been neutralized. Like that word? He's been neutralized.
By himself.
Right, he did it himself. So was he one of these suicide people? Go in and we're gonna just.
You're right, Donna.
And now I wouldn't live in New York either. I wouldn't either. And and it's way too expensive to live in New York City to go through all of that. Can you imagine paying all those high prices so that you have to walk around?
Yeah, I have a cousin that lives in New York. She's a doctor. I don't know what her husband does. He does something that makes a lot of money, a research or whatever. And what really stinks is that they pay such a high price for those apartments, and they're dinky. They're dinky apartments. And you have to stop at the store every day on your way home to cook dinner because the refrigerators aren't that big. I mean, unless you're like Donald Trump and have 3-story penthouse, you know.
Wow. Wow.
But those apartments are not that big. They're not that big.
That's insane. So let's think about it. Let's put it all together. We got the Walmart thing in Traverse, Michigan, and that was what, Saturday? Okay. Then we've got the casino thing that happened yesterday in Reno. And then you said there was one in Atlanta today. We've got this one in New York City, and Apple said there was one on the highway in LA.
And
Or
Donna said there was one in outside of Indianapolis.
yeah, and that was yesterday. I mean, come on, guys. This is not coincidental. I don't care. There's either people have lost their ever loving minds. You think that everybody wigs out at the same time? That all the crazy people just all of a sudden wig out at the same time? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I mean, we've had crazy people on our streets for years, and we sure didn't get them falling like dominoes like this is happening.
Right, right.
I just...
Yep. You're right, Donna. You're right.
You know, I just think that there's a lot more that goes to this. There's a lot more, and I'll guarantee you, if we see one tomorrow, you can't tell me it's a coincidence. Or if we see one later tonight in another city, this is not coincidence.
It's not the heat, Donna.
It's not.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's the extreme heat. I think what they're doing is they finally turned on the go do it flag. Go do it. Go do it.
Yep.
Because I can't see, I mean, I just can't see it happening everywhere.
No, no.
In big cities, if it was the heat, it's hotter than blue blazes here.
Right.
And nothing ever happens. It's hotter than blue blazes here every summer. We don't get like this. It's hotter than blue blazes in Houston every summer. It doesn't go off. It's not been going off like that. This is going off every single day and 2 and 3 times a day in different areas. Somebody has been activated. Something has been activated. And we already talked about this, that because we did what we did over there, that they would activate them. Activate the ones that are here.
I mean, in some of them, like Traverse City, that is basically a tourist town. Yes, people live there year round, but it's mostly tourists.
See? I just don't think this is a coincidence.
Mm-mm.
I think that you're going to see more and more of these happening. And I think that it's going to be more than just one a day. Mark my words.
Yep.
Mark my words. It's going to start happening more than once a day. And it's going to be happening in the bigger cities. And we've been warning people of this for a long time, that the big cities were going to pop off. We just didn't know when.
Yep.
Well, it's starting. It's starting, and it's going to get bigger. It's not going to be something like this. This is pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
But and how many did he lay down inside the building? They said that there were numerous laying that he had shot in the building.
Right.
Why? To instill fear. It's exactly what it's for. To instill fear. And there's enough paranoid people in this. We don't need to season the pot here.
Exactly.
Oh, and then you got the ones that want to be notorious because I want to be a copycat because I want my name in the paper too.
Right.
This just isn't good. This isn't good at all. And I'll guarantee you, as sure as I'm sitting on this chair at 7:06 in the sweltering heat,
Right.
there'll be another one tomorrow.
Yep. Yep, I think so.
And here's the question.
There'll be something tomorrow at least.
This is the big question. Has this always been?
No.
Well, people go, well, this has always been going on. We've always had all of these mass shootings. We've always had this going on. But now we have more people covering it and more news. Do you believe that? I don't believe that. I think they're trying to instill fear
I'm
in
not
these
buying it.
people.
For one thing, they didn't have rifles like that 30, 40 years ago. And if they did, it was military grade only.
Right.
You couldn't get your hands on them.
Right. Right. Well, you can get them shipped in now.
Well, yeah.
They're trying to make everyone afraid.
Yeah. They want you to live in fear.
They want you to live in fear, and people are they're losing their minds.
Yep.
Okay, well, how about this one? If you think that it may not be that they were activated, how about you think MK Ultra is in high working order right now? I did enough research on MK Ultra. All they have to do is, if they have this person trained under MK Ultra, all they have to do is call them on their phone and say one word that they were trained during their training thing, and it activates them to do whatever crazy thing they're going to do.
Donna, we got those storms this afternoon.
Wow. And we're sitting here baking. I went out to, but I'll tell you what, I went out to the beach today and sat on the edge of the water and looked out there, and the waves were rough and they were coming in. And I thought, Mother Nature is not really happy right now.
Right.
Guys, she is not happy. And as far as usually you can see the sun, and how it's the blue sky and the water. Oh no, right above the landline where you see the edge of the water way back in the distance, it looked smoky.
Wow.
It was weird. It was the weirdest look. And then I looked up and saw some airplane with chemtrails.
Oh, nice.
And I thought, oh, okay, well, apparently it's not working.
Okay, you guys, I have to run. I have my thing tonight that I have to go to, my sleep study.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Good luck on that.
Yeah, thanks. I hate sleeping places other than at home, unless I'm familiar with it. But
Good
it is
luck.
what it is. So
I'll say a prayer.
Thanks. Love you guys.
Love you too. Their beds are really soft and wonderful.
I hope so. Stay safe, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, yeah, guys, I don't know what to think right now. Honestly, I don't. I just sit here and think to myself, this is just too often. Too quick, too often. People are angry. You see them in the streets. They're angry. They're bitter. They're mad. For what reason, I don't know. What were, conspiracy theory would say, was there something in the jab? I don't know. I've seen people have gotten the jab and they're not grouchy like that. I don't know what to think, but I do know that if it was a gun-free zone And this man is walking down the middle of Park Avenue, and he's carrying that. Nobody there, not one person there could call 911, not one person, before he reached the building. There's a lot of New Yorkers. Just saying. I don't know what to think. It could be a lot of things. I just think that something just ain't clicking right, and it's happening too much. It's like society is losing their ever-loving minds. Maybe, you know what, Donna, maybe you got something there. It may not be the heat. It may be whatever they're spraying down on them. Right. I mean, that is the answer to everything. Stay out of the big cities. Stay away from big events. And if Walmart looks busy, stay the heck out of Walmart. Or was even that Walmart busy? Who knows? I mean, it's insane. It's insane. I don't even know what to think about it anymore. I just don't. I feel sorry for these people in New York. I feel sorry for the people that were in the valet parking. Well, in Reno, they were doing it in the valet parking. The Walmart guy did it inside, and he made sure that he targeted by the pharmaceutical area where it was a bunch of senior citizens. People are losing their minds. And they're losing their mind. I mean, yeah, we have crazy people. Everybody has crazy people. But it's almost like they've been activated immediately to be crazy. Like, it's like a switch. I don't know. But I know that if I see another one tomorrow, I'm going to be questioning a lot of things. I guess we had another one in Atlanta today. That's just insane. Oh, well, you know, I don't know if I would want to try that in Texas. Because, you know, there's somebody packing all the time. In fact, I was in Walmart the other day and some guy had his dog and was packing on top of it. I mean, people are on edge. All of this puts people on edge. They want us to be afraid. Because this doesn't happen in our country. This kind of stuff doesn't happen in our country. I mean, yeah, you have a once in a while something here or something there or whatever. But this is like, let's see what this guy says. Let's see what he's saying.
But I was in 399 Park, pretty much like right next door. Yeah. What happened? Pretty much right next door, and I mean, all we could hear is something happened outside. Stay indoors. It's not safe to be out, and yeah, it was pretty crazy to hear it. So we just stayed put, and we got all our information from online as far as what happened. Like, we heard someone walked in with a active gun. So yeah.
And so what? Yeah. Just talk to them about what was going on. So he said he heard something with an active gun. He was actually on standby somewhere else. But he was telling me he was inside and he didn't know what was going on at the time. Natasha.
All right, Kendall, thank you so much.
Wow.
We want to go to Arthur Chian right now. He's at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital right now on the Upper East Side. Arthur, we're hearing that that's where the police officer was taken in. What can you tell us?
Yeah, first of all, it's New York Presbyterian Wild Medical Cornell Center. This is York Avenue that we're on and 68th Street. This is where we are told officers was brought. We have some preliminary information from sources that the officer may have been on paid, which is technically off duty, but you'll see police officers in uniform in certain commercial places in the city as added security. B&H Photo being one of those places where they beef up their security by using NYPD police officers because they're trained, they're professional, and they use them there. Our understanding is that that officer might have been stationed at a precinct in the Bronx, but was doing this paid duty down here. Now, the officer was right after the shooting brought over to this location. We've seen a number of police brass arrive here at the scene, including the head of the Police Benevolent Association, which is the union representing patrol officers. He walked in here maybe about the last 10 minutes or so. Going inside, we see another convoy of police cars going by, and there's been an influx of police officers descending on this location to sort of control the traffic and to control the flow. As for the condition of the officer, we don't know yet. The NYPD and the city's officials have not said anything. They've talked about other parts of the scene there, but they have not talked about the condition of this police officer. From sources, we know that his injuries were considered to be very serious. Now, worth pointing out, some of the discussion going on right now is whether or not that officer was wearing a vest. And from our information, that the NYPD's officers do wear vests, but while they are very effective at preventing penetration from 9mm weapons, that if in fact the shooter was using an AR-15, the rounds that are fired from that, we are told the vest that police officers wear might not be effective in those cases. It's simply not a weapon that's used very often here in New York City. Police cars zooming right now. But that's the latest from here at New York Presbyterian Weill Cornell Medical Center. The officer is inside, the condition unknown, but believed to be very, very serious, if not grave.
Yeah, Arthur, while I have you, because I do know that you have a number of sources and was hearing earlier that the shooter shot himself, what can you tell us regarding what you're hearing with that?
Yeah, so we see well, let's talk about the official word from the city. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch sending out a message that the shooter was neutralized. That language seems to imply that they did it. What our sources are telling us is that the shooter, if neutralized, was because of a quote unquote self-inflicted gunshot wound that he was discovered on the 33rd floor of that building. Again, maybe the end result is the same in saying that the gunman is not believed to be a threat and that scene from an active shooter standpoint is under control, but our sources are saying that the shooter is dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We do not know which weapon. The surveillance video, I don't know if we've been putting it on there, shows the suspected gunman walking into that building, and it looks like 51st Street, by the way. I know we're talking a lot about 52nd Street, but it looked like he walked in through the 51st Street Park Avenue entrance and had a weapon in his right hand that resembled a camouflaged AR-15. Not sure right now that self-inflicted gunshot wound, what weapon was used. That's
crazy
that we'd like to find out. That's what we're hearing from our sources officially. Come
on, guys, that's a crazy person.
The gunman has been.
They went in there and they went to shoot it all up, and then to get up on the 31st floor and shoot
walking casually into that pavilion off of 51st.
What was
Looks
all
like he's
there?
in a business suit. He's wearing sunglasses. He's got that weapon drawn to his side. Looks like he's just striding in. When you look at that picture, what do you make of it?
That's a great question right now. There is a casualness to it. It looks like he knew where he was going. There are a lot of financial institutions in that building. It's been pointed out the NFL's offices are in that building, and I think at some point Deutsche Bank was in that building too. There is a vehicle outside that is of interest to investigators, and from our understanding, it's considered a luxury vehicle. So this individual may have had means. So that will all probably be folded into the key question of what was the motive behind today's shooting. Of course,
what was the motive?
But investigators want to know
what did you
find out if he
do
was
but
working with any
instill
accomplices.
fear in
Pointing
people
out
that are
immediately after he
working
was
in
found
that area?
neutralized, that scene was still considered dangerous. They wanted to see if there were any other devices that might represent a danger in that building, and if obviously they want to know if he was acting alone. But certainly from that surveillance shot that you described, it looked like he was walking in by himself.
And seems like he's walking with purpose. Just a terrifying ordeal. We want to get out to Kendall Green right now. Arthur, thank you. Let's get to Kendall, who's on the scene right now. Kendall, you are talking to this gentleman who works at 399 Park, which is just a couple of blocks away from where the shooting happened.
Right. This gentleman, Shad, you were just a couple blocks from what should happen, and you said you were in shelter in place for how long?
For about like 2.5, 3 hours, we were stuck in there. They told us to stay put. They told us that there was something happening outside and it's not safe to be out there. So we just tried to stay put and do what we can. Yeah.
And to know that shooting happened right there next door.
I walk that way. I walk that way all the time. Like I get lunch there. I sit there. I have a lot of friends that work around here. So it's just crazy to hear something is happening so close to you. Like you hear about it on the news, but then when it's right there, it's crazy.
And what's going through your mind? You said you have a whole bunch of friends that work here in this area. What was the sentiment when you talked to them about what was going on? Were they responsive?
No, I mean, I was, as soon as I realized that, because it took me a second to realize, wait a minute, I have other people here too. And so I started calling people up. Thankfully, they were okay. Some people didn't come in today, which is great. But no, I mean, it was just straight panic, as soon as I heard it.
See?
And
Panic
said
and
3
fear.
hours. What's going through your mind when you're in there and you're watching everything unfold?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't getting much news or information at all, as far as like from the company. I mean, obviously we're just kind of there, staying put and trying to hear what's happening. But I did hear from friends, and I heard from, certain news articles online that, basically what was happening, an active gunman walked in and he walked straight into a building. We weren't for sure, like we didn't know whether it was our building at first, so we were, it was straight panic right off the bat as far as just being concerned. But then once, even regardless, it was right next to us, so it was just really scary.
And there's been images that you were walking around with that weapon, with that assault rifle. And when you saw that, and you're seeing that that's just a door over.
You got an officer,
Those same steps,
somebody
that
else,
same area,
and then
I
they
walk
don't
through
know.
that all the time. So seeing that online and seeing that person with a gun walking right through it too, it just, again, it just puts it into perspective. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You're not going to, like, you think it's not going to happen to you, and then it does, right?
And then all this police response. Nothing like you would have expected, I'm sure, right outside of where you were.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't. I would never expect that. Again, like this is a regular thing. Walking through here, to hear someone just walk right through with a gun, it's just puts things into perspective. It's you got to be safe. You got to stay safe out there.
Look at him.
Thank you for making time. This is just
You showed him.
folks who were
In
in
New York
shelter
City,
in
it's
place.
a no gun zone. He's
A lot of
walking
folks, they just
time.
it
It
took
goes
a
all
while
the way
for it
to
to
the
sink
back
in
after
what was going on, and then when they got the details of what was going on, as they got them slowly, similar to how we did, then it started to sink in, and they knew it was a really serious situation. Shad there, similar to other witnesses, that similar to one we told you about, who was watching things unfold from the top. He showed me some of the
That's a
video
good question. Who knows where they're getting them? They're being supplied with them from someone.
Connected to everything that was going on.
Someone's supplying them.
Here in Midtown so far, Natasha.
All right, Kendall. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, if you're just joining us,
That's
a really
exactly.
scary situation out in Midtown Manhattan. At least 2 people
This is the
by a
second one
gunman who we
today.
do have
One was in
pictures
Atlanta.
of, just seen
And you had
casually
Reno
walking in with a weapon by his side. We're hearing reports that it was an AR-15. This is all happening at 51st and Park Avenue, that entrance there. A number of major businesses in the building where the shooting took place, the NFL headquarters, JP Morgan, Blackstone. So a lot of hedge funds, law firms, like a lot of financial institutions in that area. This unfolding around 6:10 p.m., end of the workday. A lot of people going home. It's a very transient area. There's a subway station, 53rd and Lex nearby. And look at this video. I mean, you can see police running to that building where the shooting happened with their guns drawn. And at some point, you can even see other people, and looks like just employees. I mean, you think about these buildings have hundreds of employees just running out. We've talked to a number of people who were, evacuated 30 to 45 minutes, just trying to get home and not really knowing what's going on, hearing gunshots. And then we also do have Arthur Chian, who is on the Upper East Side. This is
Happening way
NYU
too
Presbyterian, York Avenue. And that's where we know that an officer was taken to the hospital. We're trying to learn more information about that officer, but one officer has been shot, another person at least, in what appears to be a very scary situation unfolding in the middle of the day. We do have Arthur Chan who's live. Arthur, what can you tell us? Have you heard anything about the officer's condition?
We have heard some things, mainly that our police sources tell us that he was brought here after the shooting. It was being treated. We do not know the specific nature of his injuries that we can share. One source said it was that the officer was in very bad shape, possibly with a gunshot wound to the chest, if not more. That has yet to be confirmed by the NYPD. As for the scene here, police officials continue to arrive. As we said, at this point, it was about 15 minutes ago that the president of the PBA, which is the Police Benevolent Association, arrived here at the scene. And that is the union that represents patrolmen, which we are told from sources that this officer we're told this officer
I just
regular duty in the Bronx.
He just nonchalantly just walks in there.
Serving in a paid capacity.
No one stops him.
Building because, as you pointed out,
no one questions him.
Important financial institutions and other organizations that are in that building right now. Police continue.
And with what he's carrying, he's not going hunting for deer.
It is very tense out here, which does not bode well for how things are probably going on upstairs. There's no sense that anybody's relaxed or relieved. Quite the opposite at this point. And that, that continues to be the scene here, if that answers your question.
Last time we spoke.
Well, we know that he is, the shooter is no longer with us, right? We're going to keep a close eye on this, guys. Let's watch it tomorrow. If I miss something in your area, let's watch it. Let's watch it close. Let's see how close these are coming together. Let's see how many of these are happening. I think we're going to find out that this is popping off pretty big. And it's that time. And you guys, I don't know about you guys, but when you go out and you spend time with nature and you go out to the beach and you just sit there and listen to the waves, it beats you up. And you're really not even doing anything. Just going out there. It beats you up and makes you tired. So I'm pretty tired tonight. I love you all. Please press like on your way out the door, and I will see you guys tomorrow night. Please be safe out there, huh? All right. Love y'all.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff.